The DJI Mini 2 is a strong favourite within the British drone hobby. In fact, many owners probably do not even see themselves or count themselves as drone hobbyists. But how about making some money with this tiny little drone? Is it possible? Yes, and today I'm going to tell you my top 4 ways to make money in 2022 with your DJI Mini 2. So today, not only will I share with you 4 ways to make money with your DJI Mini 2, I will also explain whether or not you will need insurance or any additional qualification to legally carry out the work as we go through the individual ways to make money. This is based on my own experience gaining work as a GVC and A2 CofC holder here in the UK and using often much larger drones for my work. This has given me a unique perspective as to what will actually work and won't work for you and your DJI Mini 2 in 2022. The great thing about most of these ideas is that you do not need to hold a CAA permission, etc. to do all of this work. You will need to ensure your flight is legal and stick to the UK CAA drone code at all times. There's a link in the description to our UK drone rules playlist if you need a refresher or if you're completely new at this. I've tried to keep these suggestions to areas where you can build up a regular business and clients, so you do not have to pull your teeth out fighting to snap a £50 picture here and there. Before we get into the 4 ways to make money, however, I just want to give you a couple of bonus tips about making your workflow more efficient. Firstly, make whatever work you are doing for the client as easy for them as possible. Be on time, under-promise and over-perform. The biggest reason not to use you and your Mini 2 is to either use a more established professional operator or to get a Mini 2 themselves and do it. So you need to add value and ensure you save them time and effort. The second thing to mention quickly is insurance. If you're using any drone for work, you will need to ensure you have commercial third-party liability insurance. If you're carrying out the flight and you sell on footage or someone wants to use your footage and pays you afterwards, then the flight was not for work and you do not need the insurance. However, if there is a contract between you and the client before you fly, even if it's a verbal agreement, you need third-party insurance. Also, consider taking this if you intend on doing the work in any way, kind of a serious format, because it will impress potential clients. There's one more essential bit of advice that I will leave to the end of this video because it will make much more sense there, which focuses on ensuring you get paid. So stay tuned for that one. So first up, and this one is one I have personally gained a few contracts from during 2021, building projects. If you spot a building site about to start construction within easy travel to your home, or if you see a listing online or have had the leaflets through the door, that type of thing, promoting the upcoming development, then reach out to them and see if they would like a set of pictures and videos at regular intervals throughout construction. However, ensure you find out who is contracted to actually build the development out. Often you'll find that the developer named on the signs who will be selling the homes, such as Persimmon Homes, etc., or similar, isn't the company actually building the site. The company building the site will therefore also often have more use for the photos and videos from a portfolio point of view than the developer selling the final houses, but it is worthwhile reaching out to both. The service you'll be offering here will be to revisit the site every few weeks or agreed periods to capture pictures and video to show the progress of the site. The client will often point out certain angles they need and certain points of interest to ensure that you are covered. A top tip for this kind of work is to take notes and pictures of your takeoff locations to ensure that when you return, you can easily get the same shots again. This consistency will be key to impressing the client. This type of work can and has led on to other work for me within the building industry of my drone. And once you build a portfolio of sites you have captured, you'll be able to build out a set service level that you're comfortable offering. This means that by your 3rd or 4th project, you'll be confident when approaching new potential building sites. For this particular type of work, because of the way it is set up with the client, you will require commercial third-party insurance to ensure your flight is legal. This next one is something we can all do, and although I was actually initially really skeptical at how much money it could make, I've been surprised at how much selling your existing back catalogue on stock footage sites can actually make you. This is easier than it used to be. In fact, under the previous UK CAA drone laws, it was still technically legal for you to sell your footage this way. Here I'd look through your previous videos and pictures and upload really as many as you can with a wide spread of keywords. You'll be surprised what sells. In the height of the pandemic and lockdown, production companies got very used to being able to purchase and borrow footage from amateur drone flyers. I've sold footage of town centre traffic jams, grey day footage, and even worse than that. Although the better the subject matter is often what we care about as drone flyers when we want to make an awesome YouTube video, the more generic the footage, the better for many companies, as it will blend in more with their production. Footage of a generally grey day in Slough, for instance, is less jarring for their productions than a stunning windmill suddenly appearing on screen. Although still upload the beautiful shots as they have a market too, but in my experience, the more generic the footage, the better. For this type of sale, as the original flight was not carried out for a client, you do not need to have commercial drone insurance cover for the flights themselves. Also, if you upload your videos to YouTube, generally, ensure you place lots of information in the description about the location and the words stock footage. So stock footage Surrey, stock footage Weybridge, Woking, whichever the town is, bringing the town and location into the keyword search terms. It is a good idea to also upload in as best possible resolution that you can. Next up, and we turn to the trades, roofing companies can be a great source of income for drone flyers with a Mini 2. Now, there is a slightly different tilt to this one to what you might think. The DJI Mini 2 is a great 4K drone, but it is not a survey quality drone. So you're not about to be carrying out full roofing surveys to a professional degree. However, that isn't what many roofing contractors actually need. Many need photos and video to show the client the work which is required or of course has been completed. This is something that is well within the range of the Mini 2. And again, once you've completed a few of these, you'll start to gain an instinct for what a company is looking for. So when you approach other companies, you are essentially saving them time by already having a service product to offer them. Just remember to ensure you check if there is anything specific you must gain shots of. For this work, you'll certainly need the third-party commercial insurance, especially when you're around other people's properties, etc. Our fourth way to make money with your DJI Mini 2 in 2022 is similar to the roofing trade idea, but this time looking to landscape gardeners. I work with a number of landscape architects and gardeners who like to build not only a portfolio and a log of their actual work, which can often be useful for overseas clients or landlords, etc., but also to show seasonal changes and record their work for future product reference. This has been one area I've been surprised about, and the work has also been fairly regular, so I've not needed too many landscape clients to make it worth my while and theirs, frankly. Once they have you recording one site, it can be simple to roll that same service out to other locations. Most of my clients cast on the costs to their own customers, who are often very happy to have a seasonal record of their investments, and with gardens these days it can be quite a heavy investment indeed. As you've guessed, you will need commercial drone insurance for this particular work as well. Now, you might expect this list to be 5 things, and that seems to be a nice round number that YouTubers enjoy making lists of. Goodness knows I've done it myself a few times. But instead of my 5th way of earning money being something you should do, it's actually my recommendation about something you should avoid. Estate agents. Although it seems a wealth of prospects and of course will bring in regular business, it is frankly one of the most unreliable client types and can often leave you out of pocket. Also, the UK market is flooded with drone operators who are either in-house the agents or photographers who also take the ground shots whilst at the property. So you'll often be left with the low-cost work that might take you a long time to build a decent income from. If you do decide to try the estate agent route, you'll need my advice that I promised at the beginning of this video. This will ensure you get paid. Watermark everything until you get the invoice settled. That way the client can approve the work but won't be able to continue using them or pass them on without paying you and getting access to the full files. If you make this your absolute standard policy from day one and explain this in your email accepting the work, then the client knows the score. You'll sometimes find larger clients such as developers who will only work on 30-day invoices, etc., but do not overexpose yourself to this kind of work too early on. Now let me know in the comments below if you have been finding work with your DJI Mini 2 and share your experience with others. Also, please feel free to ask any questions or queries you may have in the comments below as well. I'll try to answer as many as I possibly can. Good luck out there. Sean out.